Hey, good morning, everyone. Well, it's morning where I am, so if you're in a different country somewhere, it might not be morning, but good morning. I'm Sherilyn Thomas. Glad you could join me this morning for the second day, day 2 of our Embrace Your Empath Without the Overwhelm. We're going to kick that out by the end of the week, and I am really glad that you can join me today. So we're going to talk about trust today. Now, trust is usually very, very difficult issue for empaths because we don't trust people. We can feel their emotions, we can feel their, whether they're in their truth or not and things like that. So it's a huge conflict for us to be able to trust other people. But we'll talk about the importance of trust and why it's kind of a block for us, and we need to look at trust and see what we can do to step into it to our comfort level. So please put your comments in the thing below where you have your takeaways about trust. And if it's a huge conflict for you, put "this is a huge conflict for me." If it's something that you can step into, then say, "Yes, I'm going to step into this to my comfort level." Just put some brief takeaway comments in the comments below. Also, a little bit later, I'll put the link, if you're joining us, I'll put the link above where you can get all of the free training for this week. And you will be able to opt in if you've missed any of the days. So day 1 was yesterday, where we talked about gratitude and the importance of gratitude and recognizing the being an empath is a gift, and that we can step into gratitude and hold gratitude so that we can stay in this plane. Kind of gives us a foundation, and then we can also raise to our higher vibrations and not cave. So step into gratitude, and that was day 1 training. Today will be about trust. So I'm glad to have you. Thank you for joining me, and we'll be launching into our training now. And again, your assignment is to watch this video and then to comment below and take some time to journal about trust, and to just grab a couple of takeaways from your journaling and pop them in the comments below. Okay? So harsh life experiences such as tragedy, adversity, strained relationships, all those kind of difficult situations can create within us a really difficult space for being able to trust. So when we have that place where we don't trust anymore, then we kind of create, I don't know, let's call them walls or boundaries or barriers, or we create things so that we safeguard ourselves from the disconnect that there is created between what the person is saying and what we know that they're feeling. And so we create all of these things to protect ourselves because we really, really, really want to feel safe and protected. But yet, being safe and protected and then not trusting in other relationships causes a huge disconnect. And believe me, I am still working on this, and will be working on this for the rest of my life. So the trust is not an element that you will solve or resolve in a 5-day training that's free. This is something that you will work on for the rest of your life, and that is okay. Just step into what elements of trust, what aspects of trust that you can. So some of us even go to the point where we don't trust ourselves. And that can be very painful, because if you don't trust yourself or other people, then then that's a more serious block. And you'll need to probably get some help with that. I'll put some links below of tags and people that I've used for energy workers to clear those blocks of trusting yourself. And so you can get past that. That's not my training. That's, outside my world. But I sure do access that training. So please take advantage of that. So if you can get to a place where you can trust yourself, then you can also get to a place where you can trust God. I use God, and so I hope that that's okay with you. If you don't believe in God, then please put your own word in there. But I have learned that I can trust God. He is my creator, my heavenly Father, and I can trust in Him because He's not going to let me down. Granted, this life is full of mess and full of tragedy and hardship, and it's really unfair and all of those kind of things, yes, but I do trust in Him that He will help me because I am His daughter, and He will help me, and I can truly, truly trust in Him. And as I trust in Him, I learn to trust myself. I trust my intuition. I trust the guidance and the higher vibration stuff, all of that manifesting, all of that comes because of Him. And so I really do trust in Him, and I trust that, He has a greater path for me. And so that's where my trust lies, and it's solid and firm. So find your place of trust that's solid and firm. Maybe it's not in other people because you know that they also are protecting themselves. So think of it that way. They're also protecting themselves by saying things or that are not congruent with how we know that they're feeling. And so just give them some space and things like that, but also don't, as a result of that, create all of these walls and barriers and blocks for yourself so that you feel so protected. Find protection in the element of trust so that you can then share that with other people, and more so have that, we're trying to create this foundation so we don't sink into the overwhelm. So foundation of gratitude and trust so that we can operate in this higher vibration, but also so that we can, at some point, should you choose to, offer that gift to other people. Okay? So, yes, so I sent in the email some training about trust, and so grab that and open it up and look at it. One of the things I'll add to it at the end of this 5-day training, I'll send you an ebook with all of the 5 days. And so make sure you're on the email list so that you can get that. And the way you get on the email list is to, sign up above. So the thing is I will add in for today's training the fact that it is really commonly difficult for us to trust. And so just take what you can and take the aspect of trust that you can. Trust yourself. Please try that part. Trust a higher power. Trust God. Try that part and see how that sits with you. Okay? So let's see. Just want to check my notes. Oh, yes. So when we don't have that trust because we've built up all these blocks and barriers, then we create kind of that overwhelm and that paralysis for ourselves that we cannot move forward. It's very difficult for us to move forward when we don't have trust, when we don't have gratitude. It's like a fear of or an insecurity of close connection, yet we yearn for that, we desire that, we need that. We're human beings, and humans were meant to have the close connection through our families and through our deepest friends. Most of us don't have super social lives. We're kind of introverts and closed and kind of reclusive a little bit, but yet we also yearn for that connection with humanity, connection with family, connection. And so it's hard for us to bridge that gap, between what we want to have in our ideal life versus what we do have and we see. And so it's very, very difficult for us to bridge that gap. But the only way we can bridge that gap is through trust. It's through trust. So I hope that you will think about that and journal about that. Take 5 or 10 minutes and really sketch that out for yourself. And every single person who's an empath is different. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different reasons that we've come to this place of being so intuitive and seeing and feeling other people's emotions that we have different paths. And so please journal about that for yourself. Then pop two or three takeaways into the comments below, and that is your training for today. Let's see. Oh yes, trust assists us in warm relationships. Warm relationships are not it's not a romantic relationship, that kind of thing. It's just a warm relationship, a connective relationship. And so trust helps to soften that and make it nice and warm. So I hope that you'll look to that trust as an element that you can apply to yourself and to your life so that you can have warm relationships. Warm relationship with yourself, warm relationship with God, and eventually warm relationships with other people as you recognize that you can trust yourself. Okay? Let's see. And then as we do that, as we open up to trust, our walls start coming down, those barriers and the safeguards and all those things that we built, they start coming down. And then we can have more power in who we are. And having power in who you are comes from having gratitude and having trust. All right, so pop those things into the comments below. I'm glad that you could listen, and have a great and fantastic day. Bye.